Welcome back to Untold Tales, the show that uncovers extraordinary stories that defy the norms of history. In today's episode, we delve deeper into the controversial life of Dr. Eugene Lazowski, a man who defied the odds to save thousands of Jewish lives during World War II. Join us as we explore the untold secrets behind his heroic actions. In the heart of Nazi-occupied Poland, Dr. Eugene Lazowski found himself confronted with an unimaginable dilemma. Born with a dream to serve his country and become a doctor, little did he know that his path would take a remarkable turn. As the war escalated, Dr. Lazowski was stationed in Stalowa Wola, a city teeming with Jewish families facing persecution. Sensing the urgency and the impending danger, he teamed up with his colleague, Dr. Stanislaw Maciulewicz, to devise a daring plan to protect these innocent lives. Their audacious plan involved creating a fake typhus epidemic, a deadly disease feared by the Germans, to halt the deportation of the local population. Dr. Lazowski and Dr. Maciulewicz knew they had to act swiftly and meticulously to execute their plan. Lazowski's laboratory became the nerve center for their covert operation. They meticulously studied the symptoms and characteristics of typhus to develop a strain of bacteria that would convincingly mimic the disease. With limited resources, they worked tirelessly day and night, driven by their determination to protect innocent lives. To ensure the success of their plan, Dr. Lazowski and Dr. Maciulewicz needed non-Jewish individuals to act as carriers of the fake disease. They approached courageous volunteers from the local community, explaining the risks involved and the potential impact their actions could have in saving lives. With the volunteers ready, Dr. Lazowski and Dr. Maciulewicz administered injections containing the specially developed bacteria into the selected individuals. These volunteers, acting as carriers, would spread the disease within the community, giving the appearance of a legitimate epidemic. As days passed, the symptoms of the fake epidemic began to manifest within the community. People reported high fever, body aches, and weakness, similar to those of typhus. Word of the outbreak quickly reached the occupying German forces, sending shockwaves through their ranks. Fearing the rapid spread of the epidemic, the Germans swiftly imposed a strict quarantine on the affected area. The city of Stalowa Wola became isolated, and all movement in and out of the region was restricted. The deportation of workers came to an abrupt halt, buying precious time for those destined for persecution. The quarantine had an unintended consequence. It not only saved lives, but also gave hope to the Jewish families facing deportation. The fear of being separated from their loved ones and sent to concentration camps was temporarily lifted, as the Germans focused their attention on containing the epidemic. The community rallied together to support those affected by the epidemic. Volunteers organized makeshift medical facilities and distributed scarce resources to those in need. The spirit of solidarity and resilience shone through as people from all walks of life united in the face of adversity. Dr. Lazowski and Dr. Maciulewicz carried the weight of their secret operation on their shoulders. The risks they took were immense, as discovery would not only jeopardize their own lives, but also the lives of those they sought to protect. They had to be vigilant and cautious, ensuring that their actions remained hidden from prying eyes. Critics argue that Dr. Lazowski's actions were deceptive and raised ethical concerns. Was it right to deceive the oppressors, even if it meant saving innocent lives? Dr. Lazowski's actions were nothing short of extraordinary. He had the courage to think outside the box and employ unconventional methods to protect innocent lives. Sometimes we need to challenge the norms to bring about positive change, one of the experts says. The other expert says, while his intentions may have been noble, Dr. Lazowski's actions can be seen as manipulative and deceitful. Yes, lives were saved, but at what cost? It's a moral dilemma that forces us to question whether the means can truly justify the end. Regardless of differing opinions, Dr. Lazowski's bravery cannot be denied. His audacious act of defiance against the Nazis provided hope and sanctuary for those who were destined for persecution. Today, we remember him as a controversial hero. One of the survivors says, "If it weren't for Dr. Lazowski, I wouldn't be here today. His courageous actions saved not just my life, but the lives of many others. He was our beacon of hope in the darkest of times." The other says Lazowski risked everything to protect us. He showed us that sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, even if it means bending the rules. We owe him a debt of gratitude that can never be repaid. Following the war, Dr. Lazowski faced scrutiny and investigation for his controversial methods. Some hailed him as a hero, while others accused him of endangering lives and deceiving the occupying forces. Despite the backlash, Dr. Lazowski remained steadfast in his belief that his actions were justified in the face of overwhelming oppression. Over time, the truth behind Dr. Lazowski's fake epidemic began to emerge, shedding light on the extraordinary measures taken to protect the local population. The survivors who owed their lives to his bravery and ingenuity spoke out in support of his actions, testifying to the impact he had made. Dr. Lazowski's legacy lives on, not only through the lives he saved, but also through the lessons he taught us. His story serves as a reminder of the power of individual action and the potential for unconventional methods to defy tyranny and make a difference. Today, Dr. Eugene Lazowski is honored as a symbol of resistance and compassion. Memorials stand in his name, paying tribute to his selflessness and reminding future generations of the courage it takes to stand up against injustice. Dr. Lazowski's story continues to inspire individuals around the world to challenge oppressive regimes and protect vulnerable communities. His unwavering commitment to humanity serves as a beacon of hope in times of darkness. Dr. Lazowski's actions demonstrate the extraordinary impact that a single individual can have on the course of history. It reminds us that we all possess the power to make a difference, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As we conclude this episode of Untold Tales, let us carry the spirit of Dr. Eugene Lazowski with us. May his story inspire us to be courageous, compassionate, and unwavering in our pursuit of justice. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey. Remember to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more captivating stories that challenge our understanding of the world. Together, let us continue to shed light on the untold tales of history.